Good morning!
That was good timing.
Welcome to Fort Fun Friday Facts, better known as... Here at Fort Fun Friday Facts, we often fight flies.
Fight flies here at Fort
Fun Friday Facts.
Try to say that.
Better known as... I did not even turn on the light. Anyway, we look great. Who cares? Mark and Brady Aspinall, living Colorado elite team with Berkshire Hathaway, Colorado Real Estate.
Yes, and right before that, we went live. There's a fly that flew.
Oh, was it not captured?
I don't know if it was captured, but
I wasn't paying attention. I was just going after the flies. No, I just clapped like that randomly and just...
I don't know if you saw the fly, but there was. There was a fly. I can vouch for you.
There was a fly.
I mean, we're crazy,
I'm
but
not just
I mean,
nuts.
yeah. Well,
welcome to Fort Fun Friday Flax, where we get in Flax, where we have some fun news, stories, whatever about Fort Collins, Northern Colorado area, or all of Colorado, or the world if we can't find anything. If it's just one of those days.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit about real estate, and then some odd news around the world.
Yeah. Odd news around the world today, huh? Cool. So for our fact this morning, not our flat.
I have no idea.
This morning, the fact.
The flact?
Yeah.
I did say flact. I did.
So the fact this morning is Fort Collins holds an unusual record.
Really?
Yes, which I actually didn't know about, which I'm a little disappointed in myself. But we do hold a record for the heaviest rainfall in an urban area in Colorado.
Okay.
And I vividly remember in 1997, I was 16 years old, had my license. My cousin Shiloh and my sister and I know, right?
And what?
My cousin Shiloh and I went to the movies. And I believe it was I believe it was like a Centennial. It was a dollar movie. I can't even remember the movie, but I remember outside. What? It was like
you
a dollar.
don't remember the movie?
No, it had to be.
The movie's the best part of the story.
Oh, well, not really.
No, probably not.
No.
But I just want to know what movie.
I can't remember.
Right.
Shiloh or Brooke, please tell me what movie we went to see. Because what I remember is it started raining really hard outside the movie theater, and we thought it would be fun. We went and there. I don't know how we had trash sacks, but we put the trash sacks over ourselves and started dancing.
You stole trash sacks from the movie.
No,
sacks from the movie theater.
You are
my mouth.
Okay, so and we played out in the rain. There were puddles. It was a lot of fun. We were just goofing off, having a good time as cousins and siblings. We got in the car and we drove past. We went down Prospect over to our made our way over to Timberline to cross Prospect over the, if you will, irrigation and the river that kind of flows through there. And it was almost flooded out. And I was in my new Ford Probe and I was like, oh, we can make it. Yeah. And I gunned it and we went through and over and we made it home. And when we got home, it was on the news. My dad was freaking out because we hadn't called because we were later than we said we were going to be because we were playing in the rain. And he asked me, and he goes, where have you been? We're like, at the movie theater. We're playing in the rain. He goes, do you realize that entire section went underwater? It got wiped out, flooded out. So 5 to 6 minutes after we had gone over that section, it had collapsed and flooded out.
Wait, but you said you hadn't called. Did you guys have cell phones in 97?
When I was 16, they were the big block, and we...
Look at you, fancy pants.
It was used only for emergencies.
Right. Like the one you had to have plugged into your cigarette lighter?
Yeah, it was only for emergencies. So, I just remember that because that year we were just... It was so much that it caused $140 million in damage to CSU. I remember it flooded the library. It flooded, schools were closed. It was really interesting. So we do, Fort Collins holds that record for the largest rainfall or heaviest rainfall for an urban area in Colorado.
I'm okay with that record more than Fort Collins holds the record because we had some guy throw ping pong balls off a wall and off a cat and landed on his head.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a better record than that.
That's
true. This is a real record. So
we had a heavy rain that year. I remember watching the news and some of the mobile parks We're like floating down Prospect. What?
All of a sudden, it goes from a mobile home to a home boat.
Home boat, yeah.
A boat home.
Yeah.
Boathouse. Boathouse. That's the word.
Boathouse.
Houseboat.
Yeah.
No, houseboat. Boathouse is where you store your boat. Houseboat is what's on the water.
Oh, yeah. It says backed up into Johnson Mobile Home Park. See?
Oh, that's
I didn't
funny.
even read that. I just remember on the news. It was very, like.
I mean, that's a big story.
Yeah.
I'm still mad that you don't remember what movie you saw.
I know. Well, the other kind of trumped the entire movie section when we found out, hey, we could have been part of the cars that were just washed away.
Floating down the street.
It was for like 5-6 minutes. My dad was very, very concerned of why we didn't.
My big question is, at that time, was south of Harmony, was it all dirt roads?
Yeah.
It was still?
Because, yeah, my grandpa still had his land. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it was all dirt. So, yeah, isn't that fun to know? 31-hour time frame.
Wow.
As far as the flash flood.
Between 10 and 14 inches. Wow.
Yeah.
That was a lot. Okay.
Yeah, it just kept coming, and all those mobile homes became home boats. And my car, we got home. I made it across the little bridge over
It'd be
by
a
that.
little more impressive if it wasn't just Colorado, because we tend to get so little rain anyway, but it's still impressive.
Yeah. Well, we don't get as much rain as a lot of places in the nation. So,
Right.
with that being said,
There
we
you go.
do hold that in Colorado.
Fort Collins, you are on the map. Congratulations.
There we go. Hopefully never happens again. However,
Hopefully
that
never
is
happens
why
again.
Fort Collins became Fort Collins for Camp Collins, is because there was a flood, or LaPorte was
LaPorte flooded.
LaPorte flooded, and
Well, and that's why Denver's the capital, because it was between,
Yeah.
right, LaPorte and Denver, and LaPorte flooded, a couple days before the vote or something like
something. Yeah, I'll have to look up that fact.
That actual fact.
That actual
Yeah.
fact and share it with you. But yeah,
I'm sure
there's a lot. Lot going on. Fort Collins, you flooded area holder rain.
So moving on to the real
Thank
estate
you.
news. What is going on in the real estate news?
You know what is going on in the real estate news is real estate. Just kidding.
I thought you were going to look up something for this segment today.
No,
Sorry.
honestly, real estate news, we are having some buyers popping back into the market, which is great. We were a little stalled for a little bit, and then all of a sudden the shift happened, and we started having buyers come out later in the season than we have in, I would say, 10, 15 years. I don't know. It was interesting because we usually plateau. Buyers started coming back out, and sellers are on and off the market of whether they want to hold out till next spring and move forward. So there's a lot of moving conversations happening within the real estate market. So if you're having questions about whether right now is a good time to start looking at buying or selling, or what you want to do with your property, whether we are planning for a few months until we hit that spring season that usually ticks up, and or if you want to buy right now, what is really going to be happening?
Ticks up, not ticks off.
Ticks up. So what is happening at new builds is it is starting to become the season for clearing their inventory.
Yep.
So in the next few months, they're going to be looking at making a lot of different negotiations with buyers for offloading their inventory. So if you are in the market to buy and you want to buy in some of the new build areas here in Northern Colorado, give us a call. Go to our website, contact us so that we can have the conversation with you on what is happening there within some of their lender incentives, what properties are available for what price, what ones they need to move quickly, what ones they can hold on to. We have that information, so
Yeah.
reach out to us.
Yep. So there you go, real estate news. And when it comes to the new builds, there's definitely different pros and cons. You can qualify for more of a home because of their lender incentives, but you may have more of an HOA payment than you could in other areas. So it's important to not just go in and, because that's still the general conception, just go into new builds and sit down and talk with the reps and get it figured out just there. There's other things to consider, so that's why it's so important to talk to a real estate professional before just going into the sales office. So there you go.
On to the news, the odd news around the world, around the globe.
Maybe.
What do you have for us?
I don't know if it's around the globe, to be honest. I think it
that's
is.
what you said. So I'm just reiterating what you said. Okay.
It could be from anywhere. But today we do have a theme, and the theme is people. Stupid people, cheating people, bad decision people. But people nonetheless. So starting off, well, you know, it's because sometimes it's animals getting stuck or crazy animals getting stuck in places. Sometimes it's world records. Today it's just all about people doing dumb things or shady things.
All right, hit me with it. Let's go.
So here we go.
Here we go.
In Georgia, the Livonia Police Department, no idea where in Georgia this is, by the way,
Livonia.
said officers responded to a public indecency complaint reported in the grass between McDonald's and Raceway. Now, I did not do enough research to know if Raceway is a road or Raceway is an actual raceway, where cars speed around and compete. I'm guessing it kind of is. But the grass between McDonald's and Raceway near exit, we even have the exit, near exit 173 off Interstate 85. And the officer department said, well, the stupidity of some people never ceases to amaze us. So we have some more helpful hints for those of you visiting our wonderful city. If you decide to exit I-85 with your life partner while on a road trip to reconcile your relationship, please don't reconcile in the grass between McDonald's and Raceway. So apparently, yeah, and it was in the middle of the day. Couples were urged and said, get a room, go home, don't reconcile in broad daylight in the grass beside the street. If you're stupid enough, this is from the police department, if you're stupid enough to do this, please don't stop in Livonia.
I don't even have, I don't even have any comments on that. Why? There's my comment. Why?
Obviously not in a anywhere near secluded area. Don't.
Yeah.
If you're in Livonia, be careful of taking your kids to the playground at McDonald's. That's for sure. Going on, a little more appropriate. We have. What are you writing down? Are you writing down a comment? Or are you writing down a note to look something up? I'm a little nervous here. Oh my goodness. Nope. Not saying it online. No.
We'll leave that one a mystery for you guys, because I can't. Why is the only word.
And here's a teaser. I got a sports news coming up here soon about a man, but we're going to skip to the next one.
Okay.
Here. Greece. A 20-year-old Greek man was in court on Thursday.
Okay.
Imposed a suspending 1-month prison sentence for a man convicted of disturbing his neighbors by repeatedly sneaking into their properties to smell their shoes. Yeah, smell their shoes. The 28-year-old Greek man told the court that he was unable to explain his behavior, which he said has caused him great embarrassment. Okay, one time of smelling somebody's shoes, I can't explain why I did it. I saw them.
So this really happened?
This really happened.
Oh
Multiple times. Went in to smell the shoes. He stressed that he had no intention of breaking the law or harming anybody. A neighbor testifies that he never displayed any signs of aggression during his nocturnal visit. So yeah, he broke in at night while everybody's sleeping, didn't take anything, but smelled their shoes.
It reminds me of While You Were Sleeping. If anybody has ever watched While You Were Sleeping, and the landlord's son, he always goes into her apartment or he was trying on her shoes.
Yeah.
He was trying on her shoes.
Was he trying? Okay. So
but
that's a
not
little
smelling,
more under, but just smelling them.
Yeah.
And we don't know if he was smelling men's shoes, women's shoes.
It's just smelling shoes.
Dog shoes, horse shoes. We don't know what kind of shoes.
Like, okay. I'm so glad we're not eating right now. That's just...
The man was arrested before dawn on October 8th in the small town of Sindos. Okay, why do we care where exactly? But anyway, police had been called after a neighbor found their defendant in his front yard sniffing his family's shoes, which the shoes had been left outdoors to air. So they were already smelly shoes. These people didn't want them in their house because they already smelled, so they left them outside to air out, and the guy's caught in the act of smelling the shoes. So at least he didn't actually break into their house.
I'm about ready to throw up. Move on. Oh, gross.
The court heard that there had been at least 3 similar incidents in the past 6 months. Oh my gosh, despite the neighbors having asked the defendant's family to get him to stop. So they knew about this. They knew he had been there multiple times smelling shoes. They'd asked the family to intervene, and nobody intervened.
Do we say how old this...
28.
Oh, 28.
Yeah, he was 28.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't like some... I would understand more if it was like a 13 to 15-year-old
there is nobody
kid.
Understandable here.
Well,
it's just all gross.
13 to 15-year-old boys do weird and dumb stuff all the time.
I guess you could speak to that.
I can speak to that.
Oh.
I don't know that sniffing shoes has ever been on my list, but they do dumb stuff all the time. But he's 28. You want to know his punishment?
What?
Man was ordered to attend therapy sessions.
Yeah.
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 That's
long
time.
Long time therapy. Huh. Gross, you guys. Would you ever... No, don't answer that. I don't want to know. If you have a fetish for sniffing shoes, I don't want to know.
I have the urge for the first time in my life to smell my own shoe.
Of course you do.
What's the appeal? That's what I'm trying to figure out here.
There
What
is
the
no appeal. There
Smell-
isn't. Don't try and discover it. Don't think on it. Don't even know. It's just a no. There's a Y on the first story, and there's a no on the second story.
Well, we've been Georgia, Greece. Now let's go to England. In the sporting world, of course, we all now know about the great sport of conkers. The World Championship of Conkers featured more than 200 participants, with 2 competitors in each round that obviously face off against each other. But there is they are looking into if the Conkers champion may be cheated during the event. Yes?
What is Conkers?
Oh! You don't know what Conkers is?
I don't know what Conkers is.
Conkers is, of course, the great sport invented, I don't know if it's exactly by the English, British, Welsh, Scottish, somewhere in the British Isles. Where
Richard!
They take a chestnut.
Ask Richard.
Well, they take a chestnut.
Oh, okay.
It's probably in here somewhere and I just forgot it.
Okay.
They drill a hole through the middle of that chestnut. Then they take a piece of leather, string, or rope, thinner than what you would use for like lacing a baseball glove. They tie a knot. 2 contestants stand. One holds their chestnut and the other tries to hit the chestnut and break it.
With what?
Another chestnut.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically 2 little chestnuts on a string, and one person, they take turns, they get 3 chances, and they fling the chestnut and try to hit the other chestnut and break it. Now, there's a lot of strategy involved to where, we're taking chestnuts and swinging them at each other. There's strategy involved because if the person flinging the chestnut at the stationary chestnut, if you hit it wrong, that person that's flinging their chestnut could break and they're out. Yeah. So
So if you break your own nut.
If you break your own nut, you're out.
You're out.
McDonald's? What? Buy McDonald's and Raceway?
What? Okay, no!
May not be appropriate for all ages. No, so it's a real...
Are we going to have to do a disclaimer?
It's a real thing that's been going on
Wow.
for hundreds and hundreds of years.
But the world champion, they think, the world
champion may have cheated.
May have cheated.
And he is referred to, Dave Jenkins, he's 82. He is known as King Conquer. That is his nickname. He has attended at least, I believe, over 50 of these, between 40 and 50 of these championship rounds. And this is the first time that he's ever won and been crowned champion. The possible corruption comes in the place that he was showing off after the event, he was showing off a steel conker that he had made and then had painted to look just like a real chestnut. Yeah, so there could be a game afoot. The weirder part about this...
Naughty King Conquer. Just...
The random part about all this, or I guess the more challenging part when it comes to cheating, is you probably know this, but not everybody gets to bring their own conkers. Right? So they have to choose, the contestants choose out of a bag conkers that are all bunched together, and all they can see is the string hanging out, and they literally, kind of like drawing straws, you pick your conker.
Okay.
And so whatever conker you get is the conker you compete with.
Okay. So he couldn't have cheated if...
It's possible he could have if because he was actually the person in charge of lacing up all the conkers for this event.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm thinking they need to instill a new rule of the lacer cannot compete.
So it's the Conker's version of Deflategate?
Yes. Oh, look out, Tom Brady. You got another bad boy on the scene. Guess what? He's not just 40, he's 82. And he's still finding loopholes in the system. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, we start in Fort Collins and we go into harping on Tom Brady. No subject is safe with us.
Nothing is protected.
So there you go. So I
want to knock coconuts together.
Yeah, because we don't have chestnuts in Colorado.
No,
I don't
do
think
we
at
have
all.
Coconuts, really?
Well, no, we don't have coconuts at all, but we have a coconut downstairs from...
Oh, yeah, from when we went... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, there you go, you guys. That is our random wrap-up. Hopefully we didn't offend too many people. And or what?
I buried the lead. The women's champion...
Uh-oh.
...is from Indianapolis. She's an American.
Wow. How do you practice that? Okay.
Well, I mean, there's chestnuts in other parts of the country.
That's true.
But, okay. Everybody has their sport.
You should try this weekend. Okay, but make sure everybody signs a liability waiver first.
Yeah, we don't want anyone to hit with a flying random conker.
And report back how your conking went. Is that how you would say it?
Yeah.
How the conking competition went.
I'm basically now a expert on the sport of conking.
Yes. So we should try it. We should go find some, try it together, video it, and report.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have so much time to do it. But we'll try. We will.
Yep.
All right.
I don't know how to transition out of this.
And
so
that's it.
That is all we have today for Fort Fun Friday. Bex, better known as Mark and Brandy Aspinall, living Colorado Elite with Berkshire Hathaway Colorado Real Estate. Thank you for joining us this Friday, and we will see you Monday for Monday Morning Mindset. Better known as...